with James Creedon, who's here with Media Watch.
Hi,
Hello
Kathleen.
there. Now, you've been looking at something other than business and economy side of things, these email leaks from party insiders. A lot of people really up in arms about this, showing that the party's biased against Bernie Sanders, all sorts of things.
That's right. I'm sure if Hillary Clinton was sick of email leaks, she's even more sick of them now. And certainly it's a controversy that has been an embarrassing prelude to the convention, which I think the Democrats were hoping would convey a sort of no drama competence in contrast to the volatility of the Donald Trump campaign. In any case, Donald Trump was given, I suppose, a certain amount of ammunition to fire at the Democrats, and he used it willingly on social media. Even though Bernie Sanders has lost his energy and his strength, I don't believe that his supporters will let crooked Hillary off the hook, and this is essentially how Donald Trump refers to Hillary Clinton in most of his tweets, as crooked Hillary, certainly trying to give the impression that she is corrupt and all of that. In any case, this is a reference to these leaks by Wikileaks, which saw the chairman of the Democratic National Convention stand down. The leaks, amongst other things, showed that there were perhaps rewards for big donors, with various different appointments being seemingly being promised to them, and also, much more damagingly in a way, that there was a tendency to favour Hillary Clinton at the expense of Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, of course, we saw earlier did call on his supporters to vote for Hillary Clinton nonetheless. But that didn't stop many of his supporters over the last day or so booing Hillary Clinton. And indeed, there was one moment that the Wall Street Journal is talking about here where they chanted, "Lock her up." Now, this is the slogan that Trump supporters have been chanting at the Republican National Convention and elsewhere. So that really shows the extent to which this united Democratic National Convention is not all that united at all, and the timing of this leak by WikiLeaks is particularly damaging. This is a tweet by the now former chairman of the DNC, who last week was sort of pointing fun at all of the divisions at the Republican National Convention for example, in a tweet such as this one: "I'm in Cleveland if you need another chair to help keep your convention in order." And of course that tweet has been very much thrown back at her in the last 24 hours or so. So there you go, a very, I suppose, unfortunate timing, and certainly for the Democratic Party with that leak.
And big question, really, where did this leak come from? Who leaked the emails? Could it have been someone within the party, outside of the party, outside of the country?
That's right. A lot of people saying WikiLeaks, some are arguing whether Julian Assange is being quite political in terms of the timing of this leak, certainly. And he has responded to accusations that he's essentially pro-Trump with this quite memorable line: "Choosing between Trump or Clinton is like picking between cholera or gonorrhea." So I suppose that was
colourful language.
It is colourful language. I suppose it would suggest that he's not a massive fan of either, but some would say that he seems to prefer the idea of Donald Trump, in fact, as president. Others have been pointing the finger of blame at Russia, saying that Russia have in some way been involved in this leak. For example, Richard Engel of NBC News saying that an American cybersecurity expert says Russia hacked DNC emails to help Trump win the presidency. Now, others have been saying that those claims are not fully substantiated and we can't trust them. And indeed, others are pointing out that the actual content of the leak is sort of being forgotten, and where the leak came from is taking centre stage for those who are defending Hillary Clinton in this regard. In other words, who did this, not what is it talking about.
And people
People
have found those particularly incriminating emails quite quickly, to my mind.
Yes.
If you go on the WikiLeaks page, it's actually quite hard to trawl through them. So I think people get asking questions about, who's been leaking the sort of the highlight emails as well.
Right. Even last week, in terms of that massive leak that came out of Turkey, the so-called Turkey leaks, it took days before there was anything actually substantial that was filtered through the tens of thousands of emails that were leaked. So certainly it takes time. And that would be a valid argument. How did they get to the cut to the chase so quickly? Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's one data journalism outlet that's taking its own particular look at the Democratic Party and the election race as a whole. It's making a prediction which would probably please many Republicans.
That's right. This is Nate Silver of the polling. He's a kind of a polling guru for 538, as it's known. In any case, he's got a lot of things very right in the past, so he's seen as a reliable voice with reliable polling strategies. And this is his forecast if the election were to take place today. Now, that's a pretty important point to make, because it's not saying that this is how things are going to go in November, but based on a boost that Donald Trump got post-convention, it seems that he has quite a good probability of winning, or he would have a good probability of winning if it was today. In any case, what he has been pointing out also on his Twitter page, Nate Silver, is that really people need to understand now that Donald Trump is a very plausible candidate who has a very real chance of winning. And I think over the last number of days,
people do get that.
Over the last number of days and weeks, I think that is now becoming quite clear. And this, I think, certainly copper fastens that impression that it is a very real possibility that he could win now, where I suppose a lot of liberal people or people on the left would have thought, no, this is crazy, it could never happen. Actually, not so. Sanders supporters aren't consistent Democrats and turn out at relatively low rates. This is one of the reasons why he's explaining it is very possible that that Donald Trump could win, which echoes actually this blog post by Michael Moore that has got a lot of shares in the last couple of days. 5 reasons why Trump will win. So he's saying, in my point of view, it's going to happen. Why? Because Donald Trump supporters are extremely passionate about his candidacy. They're going to be up, as Michael Moore projects, at 5 a.m, getting everybody out onto the street to vote. Whereas a lot of, for example, Bernie Sanders supporters, they might vote third-party candidates, so they're not going to vote Republican, he thinks, but they may not vote Democrat.
They won't help the Clinton cause.
That's right. And he also calls them the depressed Sanders vote. In other words, they're really demoralised and they're not necessarily they might go out and vote Hillary Clinton, but they won't do it in an enthusiastic way where they're bringing 5 or 10 friends with them.
I see. Very interesting indeed. However, as we've seen in so many other votes and polls and elections in recent times, you just don't know until those votes are cast.
And I think that's truer now than ever. It's a very unpredictable election at this point.
Certainly some very interesting insights there. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
James Creedon there with Media Watch. All right, we're going to take a short break now here on Live from Paris. We'll see you in a couple of minutes' time.